The Father already puts his hand on the scepter. December 7, 2020. Message from Our Lady. Dear children, I am the Queen and Messenger of Peace. Today, when another month of my apparitions is complete, I come from heaven to ask you. Convert, because the time is at hand. The Father already puts his hand on the scepter to soon order his angels, ministers of his justice, to come down to earth, to then purify it with the fire of divine justice. He is a loving Father and wants the salvation of all sinners, but those who are stubborn in their sins and mistakes will not be able to enter eternal life. Pray for the conversion of sinners. How many of my children have died, are dead to eternal life? How many, despite my messages, despite knowing the truth, preferred to remain in the darkness of evil and sin and all that my enemy offers as pleasure and good? They walk to hell like blind people. Only a great mystical force of prayer, sacrifice and suffering can pull these souls from their dizzying career into the eternal fire. For this reason, I wish the mystical pink souls so much: white prayer, red sacrifice and yellow atonement and penance. When the number of beloved souls in my heart, mystical roses of love, is large, then we will achieve the great miracle of the conversion of sinners. Keep praying the Rosary every day. Accept the small sufferings that my Son Jesus allows you and offer as an atonement for the sins of the world and for the conversion of sinners. You don't have to ask for suffering, because I know you can't take it. Only heroic and strong souls, generous and great in love like my little son Marcos, can bear these great crosses to save the souls of sinners who without this sacrifice would be lost forever, condemned forever. Accept the little sufferings that my Son Jesus allows you, and that will be enough for you. Charity, that is, love, the sacrifice of one soul for the salvation of another, erases a multitude of sins. How many souls will be saved by the sufferings of my little son Marcos, and the victim souls that around my heart form a crown of great love and power to implore mercy for the Lord. I hope that the spirit of atonement, of reparation, will grow in all of you, offering every day the small crosses and works for the atonement for the sins of the whole world and of yourselves. Without suffering you cannot reach the glory of heaven. Accept, therefore, your little sufferings so that you can purify yourself, so that your souls cleanse themselves from their sins and thus, may be worthy of eternal life. Pray for the world is on the verge of great danger. If there is no great force for prayer and intercession, Satan will cause a great destruction, a great calamity on earth. Pray my Rosary and the thirds of power that I have given you as they neutralize the efforts of Satan and revert them to the glory of God. I wish you to read chapter 13 of my Afonso's book, A Road, a Way of Salvation, to meditate on it. Also, meditate in chapter 30 of the book, Imitation of Christ. There my Son Jesus has great lights for you. To all I ask, continue to spread my messages, my appearances to everyone, and escape the occasions of sin, because, whoever seeks sin in him will perish and die to eternal life. Pray the Rosary of Tears every day. I bless you all with love, and especially you, my little boy Marcos. Thank you for your night of sacrifice offered to me with so much love. Thank you for your entire week of intense pain in your head and body, in the places where you hurt yourself when you fell, and that you silently offered to me for the salvation of so many souls and especially one soul. I give you new thanks today, and to your Father for whom you asked me so much this week, I now give 33,702 new blessings that he will receive over the course of 1 year and 4 months. I bless you all with love, and especially you too, my little boy Carlos Tadeu. Learn that when I was in Nazareth a certain evil man was overcome by the spirit of envy and also of hatred against me and my holy husband Jose. My husband Jose accused of stealing a certain amount of flour from a local merchant. My husband Jose found himself taken unfairly to court, and although he justified his cause and I did, our efforts were futile. I offered the Lord that great anguish and affliction that I felt for you so that in the future you could receive the great graces of the Lord and also, of my love, to accomplish the great task, the great mission that I have for you, and that in time you will know all. The Lord accepted my plea and was pleased with my request by promising me that in the future I would pour grace upon grace and blessing upon blessing. Above all, uniting you with a privileged soul of my heart, in which I would even manifest a sign that even in my most holy children who passed over the earth I did not. Thus, the Lord's kindness and generosity would fill you with your riches, and thus, the Lord's will to enrich you so much would be satisfied because He loves you very much, He loves you very much. Then I pleaded with the Lord that if it were of His holy will to prove the innocence of my husband Joseph, the Lord also answered me in that. And then the real thief was discovered and my husband Joseph was cleared of all charges. May this serve all those who, like my son Marcos, are unjustly accused and even prosecuted. So that they can comfort themselves and know that my husband and I, Jose, are also suffering from this type of suffering. And do not be discouraged, but rather, always pray to us, because we who suffer this great pain will know how to understand the pain of all the innocent and wronged, processed and punished unfairly, and we will know how to give them comfort, light and grace as the will of the Lord. May this beloved son Carlos Tadeu serve as proof and a sign of the great love I have for you. And above all, little son, rejoice because I have truly given you a son in whom I have shown a sign that even in the most holy children who have trodden the earth I have not shown. And in him who holds the righteousness that the sinner rightly deserved, in him who holds with his suffering the punishment that the guilty deserved, you also receive merit in the merits of your Son before the Lord. So rejoice because your crown and glory will be great in heaven. Mom is always with you and will never abandon you. I bless you generously, and tomorrow I will return with my son to give my message to the world, to you, and to bless you with all the graces of my Immaculate Conception. I bless you all with love. From Lourdes, Pelavoisin and Jacare. Peace, my children. I love my sinful children and will never abandon them.